It is decision day at the Supreme Court. The justices just handed down a new wave of opinion. So let's get to CBS News chief legal correspondent Jan Crawford. Jan, thank you once again. Good to see you on a Thursday. That's no surprise there. Can you walk us through some of the opinions that the court handed down today?
Well, sure, Mugo. But first of all, here we go again. It's like Groundhog Day. The opinions today are not the big opinions we've been waiting on. Of course, there's a lot of them still hanging out there, and they will go for the next couple weeks releasing decisions. Today, we got three that were very technical and procedural, and of course important for the people who are involved in these cases. One was about venue and criminal trials. One was about the proceedings in bankruptcy court. And then there was a third that involved whether or not there was whether certain companies could sue under a federal law that regulates investment companies. That's, again, showing you kind of how complex some of these legal issues were today. But that one was kind of a surprising banger of a case because it revealed a very sharp divide among the justices. That one was the one today that was not unanimous. It was 6-3. But it showed this extremely sharp divide between Justice Amy Coney Barrett, who had the majority, and Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson, who had the primary dissent. And the language was really supercharged between both of the justices. They've kind of had conflicts before in opinions in the past, notably the big nationwide injunction case. So I think in a case like this, I was not expecting FS Credit Opportunities Corp versus Saba Capital Master Fund Limited. I was not expecting that to be the kind of fire case of the day, but I wonder if that shows the divisions on this court and how difficult some of these major cases that we're still waiting on are going to be in the weeks ahead, Mugo.
Whew. And speaking of that, minutes ago, President Trump posted about the Supreme Court on social media. He says the United States of America cannot live with the shackles of birthright citizenship. It is not economically or otherwise sustainable, and no other country in the world of consequence does it. So, Jan, can you tell us more about birthright citizenship and the major cases still not decided so far?
Well, obviously, President Trump is looking on Thursday mornings at the Supreme Court, too. That's the big one that everyone is waiting on, just like you and I have been talking every Thursday. But, obviously, that's the case where he, by executive order, is trying to redefine what it means to be a citizen of the United States of America. That, the long-held understanding that if you were born on U.S. soil, then you're an American citizen. President Trump is saying, no, that's not how we should take a look at it. And he's been doing this kind of truth socialing, and even with sound bites of various media clips that we've seen, trying to persuade the justices that his view is the right view. That's not going to work. I mean, the justices are not looking at Truth Social. Trump can tweet or whatever he does, Truth Social, all he wants to. The court is focused on the legal arguments in this case, and they are very, very I would say maybe one very weak for the president. I think the court is clearly going to say no. Presidents cannot redefine what it means to be a citizen. How they get to that point, I think we're all waiting to see. That's just one of the big cases, though, Mugo, that between now and the end of June, early July, the court's going to be handing down. We've got that big case involving transgender athletes and whether states can ban them from competing in women's sports, girls and women's sports, a big social issue case, obviously politically charged. We've got election law cases. We've got gun cases. We've got whether or not President Trump can fire a member of the Federal Reserve Board. So it's going to be a busy next couple weeks. Today, they got, some of the more obscure technical legal questions out of the way. And then they had that one case, like I said, that really showed the divide over how you interpret federal statutes. And I think that one could signal a great division in the weeks ahead, Mugo.
Oh, yeah, we are getting closer and closer to those bigger ones. So, Jan Crawford, we'll see you next Thursday. Thank you so much for your time today.